Sākot no šīs dienas līdz pat svētdienas dienas izrādēji Arēnā Rīga būs iespēja skatīt Cirque Du Soleil izrādi Alegria. Un Radio 101 studijā šorīt ciemos ir viena no Cirque Du Soleil akrobātēm, Elle Fenvika, un arī Cirque Du Soleil šīs izrādes Alegria preses publiciste Vanesa Napoli. Vanessa and Elle, it's really nice to welcome you here on Radio 101.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How are you?
We're very good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good as well. It's really nice to see Cirque Du Soleil return to Latvia. First, we saw Saltimbanco, I guess 2 years ago here. And the first question about the new show Alegria from me would be like, do you have like some story behind Alegria, behind the whole thing? What we're gonna see? Because sometimes people ask what it's all about, and it's sometimes like for Saltimbanco, after I saw the show, it's hard to tell what it was all about. It was just like some fantasy from dreams or something like that coming out.
Well, what you're saying is exactly right. I mean, what we try to do, or what Cirque du Soleil tries to do in all its productions is, of course, there's a theme behind it when they create the show, and you know, they base the acts and everything, the music, the costumes around this theme. But they really just put it out there loosely to allow the people to dream, to allow people to take what they want from the show. So, I mean, Alegria is a word for happiness, joy, and jubilation. And the story is about a kingdom without a king. So this kingdom of Alegria lost its king, and there's a fight for power. So the young generation is trying to steal the power from the old generation. So it's a little bit of chaos, but in the end, they all learn to be happy and live together and find peace in Alegria. So, but Alegria takes you on a journey of emotions. There's times where you'll feel extremely happy and jubilant, and there's times where you'll feel a little bit more sad. So it's really there to allow you to dream, to allow you to feel, and to invoke the imagination.
I guess Alegria has been around for some time right now, isn't it?
Yes, Alegria right now is the oldest show for Cirque du Soleil. After Saltimbanco. Saltimbanco came here last year. We retired the show in December, and Alegria is now the oldest running show. It's 19 years old, but it's still very, very fresh. It wows people all over the world still. It's been critically acclaimed by more than 50 million people, so it's still something that works really, really well.
How does it work? Like 90 years ago, one troupe started to go around the world. How often people change in those performers who does the show?
Do you mean like the acts in Alegria, or do you mean just in general the creation?
Just like general guys who do the stuff. Are there anyone who's like on the road with the show like for 19 years? For 19, no, there's not one person that has been on the show for 19 years, but we do have some people that have been there for 10 years or so. So yeah, you know, artists cycle in and out, all depending on their age as well. So, you know, there's only a certain amount of time that they can do that, and then you know, they switch around, and we look for new people and new talent. So Ella, when did you join the Alegria?
I joined the tour about 2.5 years ago when it was touring in North America.
Okay, and yeah, your story is quite unique. Tell us how you get into Cirque du Soleil in general.
Well, actually, Alegria was the first circus show I ever saw when I was about 15, and it really inspired me to want to do something physical and creative. So soon after that, I began dancing, and I got into a performing arts school. And I would also do martial arts outside of that, and that led me to audition for a circus school in Australia, and I got into that and really enjoyed it. I could mix everything into that, my dance, my martial arts, and I did that for 3 years, and afterwards decided to move to Montreal, Canada, where I learned what I do in the show now, which is swinging trapeze. I trained with a world-renowned Russian coach there who also worked at the Cirque du Soleil. So when the position opened for Alegria, he recommended me. And yeah, when Cirque du Soleil called me, it was so exciting. It was like my dream come true.
How often Cirque du Soleil does auditions in general?
I mean, they hold auditions all the time, all over the world. So generally, it's once a year in a specific spot. But sometimes they'll do more, all depending on what they need. But they have a bank of artists that we've already met that have auditioned already. So sometimes those people will get called back. And there's other ways to apply as well, like sending in audition tapes and stuff like that via our website.
Okay, if someone from Riga, from Latvia right now hears this interview and he's like, oh, hey, or he or she, if they are thinking like, oh yeah, well, why not? I can do that as well. What he or she has to do?
Well, similar to Ella decided to go to school and train for that and then audition for it. So the same thing we encourage for people in Riga. If you have any talent,
move to Canada. move
no,
to
not necessarily, but submit a demo tape and audition through our website at Cirque Du Soleil. If you're different, if you do have something unique to offer, then we'll be happy to see you.
Cirque Du Soleil's brand is becoming more and more powerful with each year. Of course, James Cameron movie made it even more powerful in the last few months. What we can await from Cirque du Soleil in upcoming years? Can you spill some beans about some future projects? I was talking today in radio that I would love to see Michael Jackson's show or Love show here in Riga. Might that even happen in the future? Can I dream about it?
Oh, well, I'm sorry to disappoint. Love, unfortunately, is a show that is always in Vegas, so you're going to have to go to Las Vegas to see Love. But Michael Jackson is a touring show. It's presently going to Japan, so, if you want to fly to Japan and go see it, you can. As for future projects, you know what? I would love to be able to tell you what to expect, but I don't know for a fact. But I can assure you that Cirque du Soleil strives to continuously challenge themselves creatively and artistically, always trying to come up with something different and how to amaze people in a different way. So I can only imagine that it'll get better.
Okay, and now what to expect those who will go to see the show today or tomorrow or till Sunday while you're here in Riga? What to expect? How to behave before the show to feel to get the most of it? What would be your advice?
I would think it would just be to sit back and enjoy. I think Alegria does a great job of just immersing you into this fantasy world. So leave your problems outside the door and allow yourself to dream for 2.5 hours and follow the story of these bizarre characters and let yourself be guided through the world of Alegria, and you'll just enjoy it. You'll go through the cycle of emotions and you'll just come out loving it.
Ella and Vanesa, thank you very much for coming here to Radio 101. Šovakar 7:00 vakarā 11. aprīlī šovakar arēnā Rīga ir pirmizrāde Cirque du Soleil šovam Alegria. Un šovs tāpat būs skatāms arī rīt 7:00 vakarā. Un sestdien vesels 2 izrādes, gan 3 dienā, gan 7:00 vakarā. Un svētdien dienas izrāde 2:00 dienā. Man pačukstēja viens rūķīts priekšā, ka vislabākās biļetes ir iespēja dabūt vislabākajās sēdvietās šobrīd uz sestdienas izrādi. Uz sestdienas vakaru 7:00 vakarā, bet biļets pieejams ir uz visām Alegria izrādēm. Cirque du Soleil ir atkal ciemos Latvijā, mums par to ir milzīgs prieks. Vēlreiz liels paldies Elai Fenvikai un liels paldies Vanesai Napolī par viesošanos Radio 101 studijā. Goodbye, ladies!
Bye!
Neatkārtojams radio 101.